Let's take a look. Let's go back in history here. We're going to go back to the last 5 drafts or so and see what happened between the 17th pick and the 21st pick. That's a fair, pretty close to what the Browns are doing. So some of these names you know and some you don't know. Number 15 back in 2014, Ryan Shazier out of Ohio State. Zach Martin, C.J. Mosley, Calvin Pryor, and it goes on and on. Clinton Dix, one of the favorite names. He was not born in 1947. And these are the guys, and you see where they played, or are still playing. 2015 draft, going 25 through 21, or 15 through 21 rather. Melvin Gordon, San Diego, terrific running back, and Cameron Irving by the Cleveland Browns, who wound up doing pretty well in New England.
Marcus Peters, also a pick by John Dorsey in Kansas City.
How about Corey Coleman, wide receiver, #1 pick for the Browns in the 15th slot back in 2016. And the list goes on and on and on. Will Fuller from Houston. Now we go to 2017. Malik Hooker, taken in the 15th spot. And O.J. Howard was a guy most people wanted for the Cleveland Browns at the time. And there you see the rest of them. Now we go to 2018. Colton Miller was taken there.
One of the top offensive linemen in
that
draft.
Billy Price of Ohio State, taken by Cincinnati in 2018. Now we'll have a mystery for 2019.
If they could do as well as Dallas did with Van Der Esch, that'd be a pretty good draft for them.
All right, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule in the NFL with stuff going on. The NFL Combine going on today through the 4th of March. Then the 11th through the 13th, teams are permitted to negotiate with unrestricted free agents. Free agency period begins on the 3rd and continues through the 1st of April. And clubs who hired a new head coach, and I assume that means the Browns, right? Right, new head coach. They'll begin off-season workout programs, and that's on the 1st of April. And then the NFL draft late in April, the 25th through the 27th.
It's a pretty exciting time in this town.
Well, it is. I mean, the NFL's figured how to make this a 12-month season, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're genius when it comes to that. Usually when I say it's a pretty exciting time in this town, I've meant it sarcastically. This is the first time in a while that I've actually meant it.
All right. In a real world, I won't say real world, in your best world or best dream, what do you want to get out of the draft?
Well, you know, I think offensively we know they just re-signed Greg Robinson to a one-year
$9 million
deal at left tackle. Behind him, they have Desmond Harrison, who they still think is their maybe most athletic lineman, a guy who just wasn't ready last year when they gave him the job. So I think the one-year deal for Robinson tells you that they're probably not going to go first for offensive tackle or lineman in the first round this year. But it also, a contract that short tells you they still need to see more before they would pass up a really talented
and it's good for him. He gets to stay in a familiar situation and can hit it even bigger.
Yeah, if he has a really good season. I mean, Baker Mayfield was one of the best protected quarterbacks in the league after Robinson moved in at left tackle. I'm not saying he's the only reason why.
Right.
But, you know, if he has another season like that and Mayfield has another great season, you know, this is a guy who was a former, #2 pick in the draft? So he'll be able to sign a much bigger contract than what the Browns are offering him this time around. So I think it works for both parties.